This is the future.
Like they always say, rules are meant to be broken. Next tweet. This is my last tweet, and then the next one that I have is a prayer. We have nearly completed a categorization for all competitors for the upcoming Invictus game. Okay. What is that? We have nearly completed categorization for all competitors for the upcoming Invictus game. So that's going to be in Canada. This is an Invictus tweet. As we look back on our top 5 moment of the year, we wanted to highlight the incredible work of our volunteer categorizers and categorization system, which is an innovative framework for non-elite adapted sport competitions that ensure integration for all individuals regardless of their impairment. You can read a newly published paper on the entire categorization framework. Okay, so from this point, I'm gonna go on our part of Pew service. Okay, this should be on our part of Pew service, and that's where I'll be putting it. So let's see here. So this, wow, it's a lot. There are about 19 pages, so it's too much. It's too much. I'll leave the link in the description. I thought it would be a short read or something like that, but it's a lot. If you guys are interested, wow, they do a lot. Okay, let's see here. The Invictus Game Categorisation System, a framework for adapted sport. Okay, I skip all of this. Abstract categorization, also called classification system, or a fundamental part of adapted sports. While current systems seek to promote fair participation, they may also conversely prevent individuals experiencing diverse and complex physical and psychological illnesses and injuries from engaging in adapted sport, drawing on the experiences and perspectives and stakeholders working with the Invictus Game Foundation. This paper described the Invictus Game Categorisation System, an innovative framework for non-elite adapted sport competition that seeks to integrate individuals experiencing these diverse conditions. We review A, the development of the categorization system, B, the categorization process, and C, the training of categorizers. The paper further highlights how these developments were influenced by recent advances in our understanding of the impact of pain-based impairment as well as psychological illnesses and injuries. So in other words, they're learning from their past understanding of things, and then they improve on it. So that's pretty much what this means to me. Additionally, we present critical implication for organizations seeking to develop or refine categorization system to expand access to non-elite adapted sport competition. So what I get from this sentence as well is that they're willing to share. They're willing to share their understanding, their studies of what they're doing with other places. Our aim is for this paper to serve as practical guide for stakeholders, research, that's exactly that, researchers and practitioners. So if you are in medicine and you're focusing on this aspect of things, you could use that. See how you could even improve on that as well. Okay, improve on it. And or if you have just starting and you could use it to get yourself started, and then as you using that technique or whatever it is that they find, and then you could improve on it later on. So it's like a baseline for some people, but for them is a continuation. They have improved on what they have done prior to that. Am I making sense? Okay, so here are some keywords here. Adaptive sport, competition, military personnel, rehabilitation, veterans, physical, sensory, psychological illnesses, injuries. Okay, so wow. I'm not going to read all, but let's just get a basic understanding of what pretty much was going on. An introduction. Increasing recognition has been given to the physical and psychosocial benefits of sport participation for persons experiencing disabilities. In other words, they recognize that when people who have injuries, okay, they participate in sports and things like that, it helps them pretty much. Okay. Countless formal and informal sport initiatives have developed to serve a variety of groups experiencing disabilities. For example, Special Olympics International aim to provide year-round sport training and athletic competition for children and adults experiencing intellectual disabilities. All right, Special Olympics 2022. Meanwhile, the International Paralympic Committee, IPC, either directly or indirectly through member federation, govern 28 summer and winter sports for individuals experiencing physical, visual, and intellectual impairment and host the Paralympic Games on a quadrennial basis, Legs and Stedward 2011. Sports for persons experiencing disabilities, heretofore referred to as adaptive sport, aim to provide equitable sporting opportunities to individuals with various disabilities types. This is achieved through the implementation of organizational system, also termed classification or categorization system. These are the terms that they put here. Categorization groups athletes such that individuals with a range of underlying health conditions can compete with and against one another, provided they have relatively similar level of functional ability. So in other words, it doesn't matter what disabilities you have. So they will get you to a point where, with whatever disability you have, to get you to a point where you could use your disability in a way where it matches the other person's disability. Does that make sense? Let's say, for instance, let's use this. That will make it easier for me. You lose a left arm. Okay, and you were left-handed, and then this other person lose her right hand, but this person was right-handed. So they will train both individuals to use their weakest part arm that they didn't use before to a level where it will be the same as the other one, so you could compete with each other. Does that make sense? So since there are different type of disabilities and things like that, so they will make them use their specific, whatever disability they have to the best of their abilities, where they could use it to participate. That's very interesting. This is what I get from that. And I don't even think I explained it properly, but if you get it, thank you. All right. Within the context of IPC adaptive sport classification is carried out by a panel of qualified practitioners, primarily physicians and physical therapists, who assess athletes' functional abilities and observe them in competition before assigning sport class representative of their function. Okay, so in other words, they don't just take anybody to work with these people. All right, you have to go to school, understand the body, everything. All right, and then before they even let them work with them, they have to watch them, because everyone is different. So as they analyze and see how the person is performing, if you go, because this is one recording, but I was recording from PYTE video, and I'm removing this from PYTE video to put on here, output of Pew service. One of the things that I was talking in that video about Nacho's arm, because he used one side a lot, you could see, at least for me, okay, and I'm surprised squaddies don't come after me for even saying it, the body is not aligned. He has one side that looks much stronger than the other, and one side that sort of buckle forward slightly. From pictures, I never met Nacho personally for me to say what I'm saying now on my video. So it's almost like this. The doctors have to look at the people functioning in their natural state without even touch them yet, and to work with them yet, to see what could possibly be needed to help them. Okay, so that's what I got from here, and I hope I make sense as well. In the sport of athletics, for instance, athletes experiencing varying degree of visual impairment may be assigned 1 or 3 classes from 11 to 13, while athletes experiencing coordination impairment are represented by the number of 35 to 38 classification, and this context seeks to ensure that no one person is overtly advantaged or disadvantaged by their impairment. That's exactly what I got. That's what I got. They want to put everyone on the same playing field. So someone might be, advanced in something. Okay, that's fine. They will help you where your weaknesses are. And at the same time, the person who's weaker, they're going to bring them to the level that they need to be able to compete with the other person. It's not like they're removing something to put on the other one. No, if you're good at this, that's good. So you already understand that. So we're not going to waste time on you teaching you that. You already know it. But what are the weaknesses on that aspect? Because nobody is perfect. There has to be a weakness somewhere, and that's where they will focus on. That's my understanding. All right. Rather, the victor of sporting competition is determined by competitors' training, skills, and performance. Stringent evaluation criteria are used to ensure the validity of classification and therefore protected the adapted sport movement and standard of elite level competition. There's so much more, okay? Like I said, it's like 19 pages and it goes in full details. I will leave the link in the description for you guys to check it out, and I will also put it on my other video since it is where I started it, and there's a lot of index where they get the information. Now, my only question here, maybe they do have it, I will have to look for it. Where did Invictus get their basis, their foundation level? Yes, they started it. Where did they? Because there's no reason to reinvent the wheels when so many people have already done. My question for Invictus is, where did they get their basis? Okay, 0.0 to start improving, because this is another level. Okay, you could see, like for instance, in the introduction where they said something here. I thought the paper further highlight and somewhere here in this first paragraph on the first page where I was saying that where they're improving on their past studies, Invictus past studies. Okay, so this is an improvement of their past studies. So where did they start from basis, from their basic line 0? Did they get it from how do you call this, where did Harry learn get the idea? Oh my god, from the US. What's that thing? Oh, sometimes I cannot think of words. The Warriors game. Okay, did they get something from the Warriors game and then to start implementing? Or it may not be the Warriors game. I don't think the Warriors game will go into that huge of a study because they are a government thing. I don't know, maybe they do, maybe it's something. Let me look. Well, they have the they're not even taking care of it. I was thinking of the hospital for the vets. They're not even taking care of it. For them to spend that much time on the injured vets. This is a very good question. Yeah, I would like to know where Invictus get the baseline of studies. It could easily be somewhere in the UK because the UK are doing some amazing thing. It's just that they're not highlighting. I'm not saying Invictus are not highlighting. The tabloid are not highlighting those work. Let me see if I could find something. Okay, I'm not even sure if I asked the correct question on Google, but this is what I wrote. Where did the Invictus Games get their basis for their medical standard? Okay, like the 0, when they first started, where did they get their ideas to start helping their athletes, the injured and things like that? Where did they get the baseline? Okay, the Invictus Game medical standard are based on the idea that sport can help wounded servicemen and women recover psychologically, physically, and socially. Prince Harry was inspired to create the Invictus Game after visiting the Warriors game in the United States in 2013. He was struck by how sport helped the competitors and wanted to do something similar in Britain. The Invictus Game Foundation categorization process for competitors is based on how much a person's functional impairment affect their ability to participate in sport. The process is subjective and relies on the honesty of competitors and team staff. Okay, so this is where I was saying where the doctors, even the doctors, they don't just let them work with somebody. They have to watch them to see how they could help them. So that's one. The goal is to ensure that competitors are neither advantaged or disadvantaged by their impairment, which some of the thing I just read. The process also considered the impact of invisible injuries. Okay. Research suggests that competitive sport can improve health and well-being, and that the biggest improvement are seen among Invictus Game competitors. The research also highlights the importance of mental fitness, skills, and transformational leadership within the coaching staff. All right, so maybe I didn't. They're doing amazing work. And this is something that it will need someone outside, someone like Prince Harry, to make the Warriors game, to what Invictus is now. Because the government will not have, they don't even want to spend time to help their vets. So it takes someone like Harry who will improve it. And then the best thing with the Invictus and Harry is that he hires the best. He hires the best in their respective field to help him. When you hear the derangers or bashing him, oh, he doesn't know this, he doesn't know that. This is a thing of a leader. Okay, you don't have to know every single thing, but you have the idea. And then how can your idea come into life is by hiring the people who have with special skills that has certain technicality to help bring your ideas to life. And like I was saying with some other videos that I recorded, oh my God, it's already 3 o'clock, that I've mentioned in past videos. On today's recording, I did 2 so far, is that you can understand why the Trumps, the Elons will not want to hire the MAGAs, because they don't have the skills. Meanwhile, you have President Obama, who was willing to put them back to school, especially those people who work on minefields and all of that. They were getting sick, they were dying, and wanted to put them to school to help them in the 21st century technology, and so they could be hired by the Elon Musk. I don't know. These are some stuff I was saying. Well, I didn't say that part on my last video, but these are the things that, you could see why Harry would want to hire the best. But anyway, there's more thing here, realizing a global community panel to medical research. There's so much that's going on with Invictus. So when those derangers are putting Harry down, he doesn't know this. Not too long ago, one of the tabloid was saying something like Harry, as if Harry was treating people at Better Up. And I'm like, no, he's just the COO, whatever position he has with Better Up. He was just doing that to bring light to the work and bring clients and all of that. But the claiming is doing something completely different. But anyway, so I will leave the link in the description. It looks very interesting. I don't even think I'll get a chance to go back to read it. If you guys want me to go over it, make a video out of it, let me know. But other than that, that's it for this. Okay? So for our part of Pew Service, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. And if you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. And check my other videos, our part of Pew Service and Pew YTE, which is where I will be now to continue the recording. And that's it. I think I arranged it perfectly. Oh, did I read the thing? Okay, so there was not many comments. So this is extra here. We have just 39 days to go until the Invictus Games Vancouver Whistler 2025. As we are the governing body of the Invictus Game, it is our responsibility to ensure that each iteration of the games is a perfect opportunity for recovery for the participant, and IG25 is going to. Okay, is going to IG25. is going to be amazing. Our next top 5 moment is the incredible work that's been made by British Columbia across the last year to continue the Invictus legacy. Okay, so I think these I share in some other videos. OMG, so exciting. Okay, so there's that. Let me see some. Is that the same place? No, I was thinking, is that the same place? Because I was seeing trees in the background, but the snow cover. So there's that. There's this. Yeah, I think I share some of them. There's the stadium. That's really nice. All right, so this I'll put it on our Port of Pure service. All right, so let's do a prayer.